Hi, what's up? I'm still using my iPhone. I figured why move over to the other phone? I'm going to struggle to figure out what goes where and what doesn't go where. But now this side, my hairstyle looks funny, man. Ish, you know, ish, son. Let's do that. How's that looking? Like a nice little mop on my head, eh? Yeah, we keep that mop because it's helping our hair grow underneath it. One day you're gonna see this ravenous mane of hair and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, Karaba, how did you get that done? It's called a protective style. Anyway, let's carry on talking about what it is that we were talking about. Okay, yes, the dreams that God gave me. Okay, so the first dream that I got after the licentious one that I could not for the life of me stand, I was in a house that was not mine, right? It belonged to my relatives, a conglomerate of them. You know how dreams are weird like that? It's like the house belonged to them all, even though they belong to different family units, extended and immediate. But my furniture items were decorating their house, but it was not my house. It wasn't my house. My furniture items were decorating their house. It's actually happening today. My furniture is currently in storage in one of my uncle's garages, but from what it is that God is showing me, some people have just decided to take my things and make them their own because they don't think I'm ever going to come up for air again. My family members have really hurt me, guys. They've done a lot of nasty stuff, okay? Including take things that are mine because they trust that I'm not going to be able to get them. One of the things that they've taken from me is an entire car. I had an Isuzu Baki, a van, a truck, that's what Americans would call it. An SUV, a 4x4. Yeah, Isuzu. And it just went missing. I could not move it because it had no petrol and its battery had died, and I couldn't move it and tow it myself because I had no money. And now today I don't have a vehicle. All I have are its papers, but not the vehicle. I once went to the police station to try and get them to locate it, but the police told me that if I try and get this car located, I'm going to have to report it stolen. And if they find it, they're going to arrest whoever has it. And because I understood that my family members are the ones that have got this car, I dropped it because I didn't want any of them to get arrested, whoever it was at. I pleaded and pleaded with one of my family members to tell me where my car is at, and she wouldn't. And because they know that I guess I'm too good to let them go down for the crimes they've committed against me, they have just left me to lose that vehicle. So I've lost apartments, I've lost homes, I nearly lost all my furniture, but it turns out that I have actually lost all my furniture because where it is that it is stored in my uncle's garage. Some people are going in there and they're doing whatever they want. They're taking whatever they want. If it's a microwave, they'll take it. If it's a fridge, they'll take it. If it is a couch, they'll take it. If it is a scatter cushion, a bread bin, they'll take it. If it's spoons, they'll take them. All my stuff was brand spanking new when I bought it. I already told you a story that when I moved, that of the harsh way in which I was made to move out of home. And so I bought everything from scratch, brand spanking new. And I only got to live with my furniture and my own things for under a year. So they're all very new and very, very beautiful. My old content on YouTube shows how beautiful my apartments were, but I've privatized it all. It doesn't really matter, you don't gotta see any of that. And if you want to, maybe one day I might show you how I used to live, but for now, this is how I live. So I've lost everything, and I try not to think about everything that I have lost that has been stolen from me. I try, because it hurts to labor on such thoughts. I try to focus on tomorrow. Well, in this dream, I was in a house that belongs to a conglomerate of my family members. Dreams are weird like that. Currently, my family members live at different places in their own houses with their own furniture. But this was just one house, and extended family and immediate were living in it. And it was theirs. And it was furnished with my furniture. But get this. Understand this. The furniture that it was furnished with, even though it was mine, it was my fridge, I saw my washing machine, I saw my refrigerator, I saw my couch, I saw my microwave, I saw even my fridge magnets. They were retro. They were retro. They were not ugly, but they were retro. Like, you know, these retro items of furniture, like old school fridges. You know how they had these pastel bright colors, like pastel yellow, pastel powder blue, pastel like green or lime. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the show Grownish. Nah, not Grownish. Blackish, yes. You know how that show, they had a breakaway of it where it's not Joan, I forgot what her name in the show was, but Tracy Ellis Ross, her version of her upbringing, she grew up in the 80s. Yeah, the furniture in her mom and her dad's house, it's not ugly, but it's retro. It's 80s, it's 70s furniture. And the television is the one that you switch on, like, you know, with a knob that goes that way. Doesn't have a remote control. Yeah, like very old school brown colors and wood, lots of wood. You know, those retro refrigerators that are very cute today. They like make for nice little items of furniture in some people's houses if they like that kind of theme, like a retro toaster. You know what I mean? Because you like the theme. Like currently we have a retro kettle in the kitchen. It's not ugly. It's just old school. It's the way they use it's the way houses looked, all of them in old schools. But these days people have got retro items of furniture in their houses, even though their houses have got modern finishes. They just like the look of a retro fridge. Yeah, all of my items of furniture in this house were beautiful, still very, very beautiful, but they were retro. There was this what do you call it, my washing machine was pastel blue, no, green. It was lime green in color, and it had like some silver. It looked like John Travolta's car in Grease Lightning. Yeah, my washing machine looked like John Travolta's car in Grease Lightning. And my fridge was one of those, you know how retro fridges, you like, they had a handle. Yeah, you open them with a handle. These days your fridge, like some fridges do have handles of the 21st century, but the fridge that I bought for my apartment, you open it just like, yeah, it doesn't have a handle. You just kind of have to pull that way, pull it forward, and it opens. It didn't have a handle. Yeah, even my mom's fridge doesn't have a handle. You know, yeah, type thing. But you know how retro fridges looked like little buses, guys. They look, you know, those old VW Volkswagens. How they looked, like it looked like a loaf of bread. Yeah, refrigerators look like VW Volkswagens. Looks like a loaf of bread. It's just so round and boovy, and they've got handles, and they are yellow or pink or red. You know, you get my point, guys. That retro theme. Yeah, all my furniture was like that. My washing machine looked like John Travolta's car in Grease Lightning. My refrigerator was that boovy one with handles that are silver handles that has sharp corners, and you open it that way. My couches were, you know, those buttoned couches that you rarely find in houses these days, but unless it's like a beautiful piece of furniture that has a retro look. Yeah, and it's got this, like, you know, what do they call those buttons that you pull in like that in a scatter cushion? I bet it has a name. I don't know what it is. And my couches look like that, and they were leather. I had material couches, fabric couches, right? And I know leather's material, but you get my point. And my couches looked like that, and they were very, very old school, very retro, but they were not worn out or destroyed or anything like that. They just look like, you know, new furniture, beautifully furnished in a house, for beautifully furnishing a house in the 80s or the 70s. My furniture items looked like retro furniture items in this house, and it was not my house, but it was my furniture. And I was looking at these furniture items of mine, very heartbroken, but what is my furniture doing in their houses? In their house, it was just one house. What is my furniture doing in their house? But my furniture was retro. It was retro. I woke up out of that dream still sad, and as soon as I woke up, the Holy Spirit gave me a word. I told you, I've got a few spiritual gifts. I've got prophecy, I get dreams, I get visions, and I get words of knowledge and wisdom. The Holy Spirit spoke, explaining to me what's going to happen. He immediately said to me, you are going to make more money than all of them combined. This was not something that was spoken in the dream. The dream was just showing me a lot of theft, people having stolen what was mine. And when I woke up, I was told by the Holy Spirit, audibly I could hear him, and he said, you're going to make a lot of money than all of them combined. You're going to make way more money than all of them combined. That was what the Lord said, right? And then after hearing that, I got comforted. And as I was dragging my body out of bed, I was thinking, but why was my furniture so retro? And the Holy Spirit answered me immediately, and he said, because it's in the past. you are never gonna need to use any of the furniture that you had ever again. Okay, what he said was, because it's in the past, that's all he said. But when he said that, I was able to add meat to that, interpret basically, to understand that the Lord was saying that that furniture is in the past. You are never going to need to use it again. This is now me adding words, right? What he said was, because it's all in the past. Remember when I woke up, he said, you're going to make more money than them combined. And then as I was pulling myself out of bed, I wondered, why was my furniture so retro in the dream? And God replied and said, because it's all in the past. He never said anything after that, but I was able to put 2 and 2 together as to what he meant. And the 2 and 2 together that I was putting was that he was saying, due to the fact that you are going to, let's just move to the next podcast because I've already spoken for too long, I'm sorry.